like, you're still not transformed, so, like, your stats really aren't the greatest. Even in the rain, I don't know if he can one-shot anything here. Unless he has, I guess, maybe Wave Crash if he's banded. Banded might one-shot the Valiant. Tornadus is gone, though, unless you're Sash. Okay, you're out of here. So that's a huge KO turn 1. I don't have to worry about Thunder Wave or Wild Bolt Storm. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Regulation G VGC. Got a really cool team today. It's actually a team around Eternatus and NOIVERN. NOIVERN's a kind of a cool mon, just mainly because it gets some decent supportive moves. It also has some really cool abilities like Telepathy and Frisk. And it's actually really fast, being able to outspeed a lot of the metagame currently. So it's also another one of those mons that I don't really see anybody really build around it. It's seen a little bit of play back in like the earlier regulations with no restrictions and everything around like Terra Normal, BOOMBURST, and a few other things. But apart from that, you haven't really seen it very much. It gets a decent amount of supportive moves, and it gets, with Terra, like BOOMBURST, it's really hard and a few other things. So I think seen this team actually looked really cool and had some really cool synergy and some stuff that I have not really seen in quite a while. So I kind of wanted to feature it for you guys. It's a team by Gustavo the Plug. The guy has actually just been really putting out a shit ton of teams over the past like few weeks. I don't know how he's able to create so many like really unique, solid teams that are fun to play over like such a short time span, but shout out to him. If you guys want to use this team, Rental code up in the corner. I'll have a paste for this team down below if you guys want to use it. I also have a few other Kyogre teams I was going to feature for you guys, but I'm probably going to wait a little bit because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like my past few like sessions for Regulation G teams, especially recently, have all been around like with Kyogre on the team as like the restricted mon. So I don't want to spam too much Kyogre in your guys' face, just because you might get bored of every single team having Kyogre. But for some reason, like a lot of people are building around like a lot of the typical stuff currently, like Koraidon and Kyogre and Miraidon and a few other really common things. So I'm trying to look for some more of the unique restricted as well. That way I don't have like the same one every other video for you guys. So I do have another really cool, like two other really cool Kyogre teams I'll be featuring for you guys here probably in the next few days. So if that interests you guys, subscribe so don't miss it. I'm gonna run through this team and we're gonna hop in some games. You got the Eternatus on the team with the Power Herb. Because it's your standard Eternatus set with the Meteor Beam, you get the plus special attack boost with the Meteor Beam. And then you have actually Sludge Wave paired alongside the NOIVERN and the Golden Go. You can kind of just spam Sludge Wave. Telepathy blocks the damage, and then you have Golden Go, which is a steel type, so it doesn't get affected by it. And then Iron Valiant Wide Guard also actually protects you from Sludge Wave damage, so that's kind of cool. So +1 Sludge Wave, being how fast you currently are with, I think it's like 130 base speed. Eternatus hits pretty damn hard, so that can be kind of cool. Got the NOIVERN on this team, which kind of thing this team is really built around, with the Throat Spray, Telepathy. You got the BOOMBURST there, and you can actually pair this thing alongside the Chi-Yu if you really want to. Just kind of spam BOOMBURST, and alongside the Golden Go, and with Iron Valiant as well. So you have a few things on this team you can actually pair it alongside and kind of spam BOOMBURST if that's something you want to do. You get an opportunity to do. We're going to try it out. We're going to see how it goes. Another thing I kind of wish this NOIVERN maybe had instead of Draco would be like Dragon Cheer alongside the Eternatus. We're going to see how that actually does. I was kind of looking at that in like the team preview before I started recording. I was like, why doesn't this thing have Dragon Cheer? I think that'd be really cool alongside the Eternatus to get like non-stop crit +1 Sludge Waves and Dynamax Cannons. That'd be kind of cool. But got the Chi-Yu on this team with the Life Orb. It's more of a standard set with the Terra Ghost. Not really too much crazy. Booster Energy Iron Valiant is mainly more of a supportive Wide Guard user for this team. Ogerpon Wellspring, just a really standard set. And you have the Specs Golden Go. Pairs really well alongside the Eternatus and the NOIVERN and a few other things on this team. So overall, apart from that, the team is pretty standard. Not really too crazy, but let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to use the team, like I said, rental code up in the corner. Let's hop in some games. Alright, we're here with the game. My opponent has a really cool team. He has like a mono, almost like a Generation 3 team, apart from like a few mons. It's kind of cool. Ludicolo, Mighty Anna, I haven't seen that in forever. Crabominable, Metacham, Entei, and Iron Thorns. So he has some stuff where he wants to try to like skill swap huge power onto something. I think that could be kind of scary. Apart from that, I don't know what else team really wants to do here. Huge power Crabominable, that'd be fucking busted. So I can't let that happen. What do I want to bring here? I think Golden Go looks... I guess Golden Go ain't too bad here. It's okay into his team. I want to bring it, but I might just bring it in the back to try to dodge a fake out or something with it. What do I want to bring here? I think I just lead Eternus NOIVERN here. I'm going to try to lead Eternus NOIVERN. We're going to see how that actually does. I'll bring Golden Go in the back. That way if I want to swap out and predict like a fake out or something, I can go into it. It also works pretty well alongside the NOIVERN and the Eternus. What else do I want to bring here? I guess Chiyu ain't too bad here either. I think Ogerpon's probably my other bring here though. Just mainly because it hits everything on his team for really solid damage, and like I can resist the Entei. Or at least take neutral damage from the Entei without a Terra. So that could be kind of good. I can kind of bop it back with a huge Ivy Cudgel. Like the videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video, really appreciate it. Lead with Mighty Anna Ludicolo, okay. I'm also recording in like a different time too. So I don't know, we'll see if the matchmaking is a little bit different. Usually I record way later at night, and I'm actually recording like the afternoon today, so we're gonna see if we actually get any different match quality in these next few games. I haven't really noticed much of a difference so far in my testing matches, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know, I think I just go for Sludge Wave here. He's gonna go for Fake Out on something, but like I don't know what Mighty Anna even does. So I'm just gonna go for that here, and then I'm just gonna... I could set up my Tailwind, but I don't know if I really even need it here. I'm just gonna protect here. I'm gonna protect. I think he's gonna try to fake out the NOIVERN. He might think I'm going for like Dragon Cheer shenanigans here, but I'm not. Just a Sludge Wave. He doesn't even go for fake out. Are you Sash? You ain't gonna want to take this. Yeah, that just one-shots the Mighty Anna with a crit. I don't know if the crit mattered. Mighty Anna is just really bad. It has awful stats. He just sets up the manual Rain Dance, okay. So he's Rain Dish Ludicolo with manual Rain Dance. I haven't seen that in a long time. Usually you pair it alongside Politoed or Prolipper if that's something you want to do. So he has this. I don't know. What does this thing even do? Skill swap, I guess? Would you gonna skill swap? What other abilities does Medicham even get? I know it gets huge power. I don't know what its other ability is. I know this doesn't really. I don't know what my opponent's trying to do right now. So if he has something crazier, he can actually maybe catch me off guard. I kind of want to go to Meteor Beam here, but like Sludge Wave just does so much damage, and I don't know if I really want to go Terra Normal in the face of a Medicham, especially when I don't know what it's really gonna do. So I think I'm just gonna Sludge Wave again. And then I'm actually going to withdraw out into the Golden Go here. No fake out again either. No fake out at all. Zen Headbutt. That actually does a solid amount of damage. Not enough, though. I don't know what my opponent has here. Cranky. What is that? Crabominable? Yeah, so... I don't know how he wins. Like, what do you do to win here, I guess? If he has Skill Swap, huge power, but, like, you don't outspeed me, so... Like, I think you're done here. And, like, Crabominal's not gonna outspeed me at all here either, so I think I just go Terra Steel and go for Make It Rain. I think that's game. I don't know what he has here to really win the game. Unless he has a crazy Terra. If he's like Terra Water or like Terra Steel maybe. Terra Steel Crabominable maybe. That maybe keep him in the match. I don't know. Oh, he has Protect. Okay. Living that, so it's a 1v3 and I get the crit. The crit did not matter there. I think my opponent's team, like, I just don't know what it really wants to do. Maybe he knows he's trying to make it work, but like, just on paper, like, looking at his team, I feel like his entire team is just like a bunch of random shit just thrown onto a team. Which is fine if it's like some of your favorite mons, like always win with your favorites, that's fine, but especially when everybody's going to be running Regulation G teams, I don't know if it's really the smartest thing to do. I'm going to go for Meteor Beam here, and I'm just going to go Make It Rain again. I don't know, actually almost one-shots him. He lives on an invisible focus sash. That's crazy. If you want pure destruction, like, this is absolutely just... This guy got destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. I feel bad for the poor sap. So back to the drawing board for you, bud. Using some cool stuff, but I don't know if that's really what you need to be using currently. At least if you want to try to win. Not bad though. Really solid game. I'll see you guys in another match. Alright, we're here with another game. My opponent's running a Regulation F team. Good old Dirtbag. What kind of name is that? I don't know. He has the Galarian, Zapdos, Thunderous Eye, Scissor, Landorus, Fluttermane, and Palafin. So, kind of an interesting team here. Part of me just wants to lead with Eternatus, but like I think Landorus is actually a really good version of my team. Landorus is actually a pretty good version of me. Landorus is actually pretty good. I actually think Iron Valiant here is really good. Iron Valiant looks really, really good into my opponent's team. Iron Valiant looks great here. Alongside the Eternatus. That way if he Earthquakes me, I can go for Wide Guard. I think that looks really good here. What else do I want to bring? I don't want to bring Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu looks pretty good here. Apart from Palafin, it ain't too bad. It outspeeds the majority of his team. I don't know, I could bring Ogerpon, so I think Ogerpon's my last mon I bring here. Unfortunately, I don't really think it really pays bringing the NOIVERN. It just gets wrecked by everything, especially Fluttermane, which I think he will bring. Fluttermane ain't too bad into my team. Especially for like Golden Go and a few other things. Here's the Galarian. Zapdos as his profile picture too. You know he's cooking then. He's using this one of his favorite mons. What is this, like a thunder waving Thunderous? Is that what this is supposed to be? I'm looking at a Meteor Beam here. I think Meteor Beam's turn 1 looks really good here. I guess if he goes for Wild Bolt Storm, that could be kind of a problem, but apart from that, I don't really care. I'm just going to Spirit Break here to get some damage on him, and I'm going to Meteor Beam, get this Thunderous out of here. Gotta be careful though, because if he does this withdrawal on this turn, oh, he actually has Rain Dance. Okay. I don't know, in the rain though, like, you're still not transformed, so like, your stats really aren't the greatest. Even in the rain, I don't know if he can one-shot anything here. Unless he has, I guess, maybe Wave Crash if he's Banded. Banded might one-shot the Valiant. Tornadus is gone though, unless you're Sash. Okay, you're out of here. So that's a huge KO turn 1. I don't have to worry about Thunder Wave or Wild Bolt Storm. Spirit Break, that's going to be doing a solid amount. That's almost a 1-hit KO, actually. Let's go some Flip Turn there. I mean, in the rain it does a solid amount, but he's not transformed into 0 to hero yet, so that's why his stats aren't the greatest. And he's at the point now to where, like, I guess the only thing he can really do is go for Jet Punch. He has Landorus, too. So that's actually good for me because I have Wide Guard, so I'm not afraid of him. I'm assuming he probably has Zapdos as his other mon. I don't think he brought Fluttermane. Snowflake, who's that? Oh, that's the Palafin again. Kinda ballsy actually going into this. I'm just gonna go for Wide Guard here. I'm gonna Wide Guard, and then she's gonna go for Sludge Wave. I think a Wide Guard for Sludge Wave here. Not going to do much to Landorus, but like if he goes for Earthquake, I don't think he's going to do anything anyways. Jet Punch is going to take me out here. I just want to get rid of the Palafin. That's the main thing. I should be able to eat at least 1 high horsepower. He's not choiced. At least choice Scarfed. I get the poison on the Landorus, that's huge. There's the Earthquake, and the Wide Guard blocks it. That's huge. That's great. I'm I'm in a really good spot here because like I still have like the Iron Valiant just now dropped and I got a lot of value out of it, so I got a rain boosted Ogerpon hitting the field here. So like, what do you have for Ogerpon? Main 8? Oh, that's what it is. I don't know about that nickname, bro. I don't know about that nickname. I get what you're going for, but it doesn't. I think there's a lot better Flutter main nicknames. Kind of lacking. I'm an Ivy Cudgel here, I think. Like, I don't know what the Flutter main even does to me here. I could just Dynamax Cannon too and just try to go after the Flutter main. I think that's what I'm going to do here. I think from this range at +1, Dynamax Cannon just gets rid of him. He actually has Energy Ball. Surprising. Does over half even. Seen a lot more Flutter mains running Energy Ball now. I'm not quite sure what it's for. I think it's maybe for Groudon. Apart from that, I don't know what it really be for. Just one-shots. Thanks for the free rain, by the way. That really helped me because I think without the rain there maybe would have been a chance he lived, depending on his build. Get destroyed. Didn't even need the NOIVERN. He didn't even bring the Zapdos either, which I thought was actually really good versus me. So, another dub. I'll take it. We're doing really good. We're 2-0 so far. Looking pretty good here. I do want to showcase the NOIVERN a little bit more, though. Especially with, like, the BOOMBURST stuff. So, I'm going to try to do that in one of these other games. I'll see you guys in another match. Alright, we heard another game. My opponent's running a Regulation F team. We're going against a bunch of Regulation F teams today. Like I said earlier, like, I'm actually recording at a different time. Usually I record way later at night and I get a bunch of the Japanese noobs that just use like Arceus and a bunch of other shit on the ladder, or the casual ladder every single time. So now I'm actually going against a lot more of like NA or like EU type players, it seems, that actually use like balanced teams or like more cool teams, which is kind of cool. So my opponent has the Raichu, Alolan, or Sylveon, Ninetales, Gyarados, Golem, and Mineshaw. So the Mineshaw is kind of a problem just because they could have Wide Guard. Apart from that, I'm not really too scared of anything on his team. I don't know, let's go with I lead Eternatus here. I think Eternatus NOIVERN's a really solid lead here. What else do I want to bring? Goldengo looks really good here. It's mainly if he wants to go for explosion type stuff, I can switch into it and be immune to that. And I can also pretty good into the Sylveon. What else do I want to bring? Gyarados, I think he does bring here. It's pretty good into my team. I think I bring Chi-Yu. I think Chi-Yu is my last mon I bring here. I could bring the Gallade or the, I guess, Iron Valiant. It's pretty much the same thing, but it just depends what he really brings. Because if he goes for Explosion, if I go for like Wide Guard on an Explosion, that'd be a crazy play. I don't know, it's kind of situational if he actually brings that, though. I just don't want to bring it just for one thing. Sylveon, Ninetales, that's fine. I got a Power Herb boosted Meteor Beam with your name on it here, bud. I actually think what I do here is actually just go Boomburst. Because he doesn't have the Mineshaw in here, and that's huge. I thought he'd lead with Mineshaw for Wide Guard. I actually think what I do here, he's probably Sash Ninetales if I were to guess. He's not even Drought. He's not even Drought Ninetales, that's a new one. This guy is running Flash Fire Ninetales, everybody. I have not seen Flash Fire Ninetales in forever. I don't even remember the last time I've seen that in VGC. It's always Drought, just to get Sun up. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go Terra here and then I'm gonna go for Boomburst. Actually, Boomburst, I shouldn't have went for that, actually, because that actually does damage to the Eternatus. I should have switched if I wanted to do that on turn 1. I forgot about that. I made a huge misplay. I mean, it shouldn't really matter that much here, though. Depends what Terra he has. I don't think it'll one-hit KO the Eternatus. I suppose Terra Fairy, whatever. I might actually just drop to like a Hyper Voice here, too. Depends on if he's like Specs. And I miss my Meteor Beam. Oh, that's bad. That does nothing. That actually does more to me than it actually does to him. That's really sad. He has Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. I'm not even a physical attacker, so you just waste your turn. That's fine by me. That's Moonblast. I'm probably dead here, actually. I actually live on 5. I used Life Orb, but I don't know how I lived. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to switch. I have the +1 attack boost, which is pretty good, but I'm going to switch out here into the Golden Go. Now that I have my booster on with the Throat Spray, I think the Boomburst just gets a double KO here anyways. And I want to keep the Eternus around at least a decent amount of health later in the game, because it's still pretty good versus like this Gyarados and stuff. And if he has Mind Shell, I kind of work around that with Dynamax Cannon. +1 Boomburst, y'all. Can this pick up the double KO? It does. About time the NOIVERN actually puts in some work. Not even bad. That non-drought Ninetales too. Really weird. Gyarados from the Golem, okay. I think it's Boomburst here again. I think what I do here is Boomburst. I could go for like Flash Cannon, but he doesn't have Mind Shell, so I don't know if I really... I don't know, what do I do here? Like, what do I have in the back? I have, I think I have Chi-Yu. Yeah, I have Chi-Yu in the back. I guess I have Snarl for the Golem, but I think the Golem's actually the bigger threat here. So I think I should just go for Make It Rain. I could go for Thunderbolt, just one-shot Gyarados, but he could be Sash too, so I don't want to lock myself into that, especially if the Golem's gonna not even go explode on this turn, so... I mean, yes, he can still explode, but like he's probably gonna lose then. It doesn't even matter, it just does so much damage where I get a double KO. Whatever. I thought way too difficult about that, and like, didn't even matter at all, so... We went against, I think, 3 Regulation F teams today with this team. I was hoping to go against some more Regulation G teams that were, like, more on, like, an even playing field, but I don't know if it's just because this team's actually decent or just because we're going against all these Regulation F teams that I'm actually winning the majority of my games because of it, so I'm not sure. I'll probably throw you guys an extra match because a lot of these matches have been pretty short so far, so I'll probably throw you guys one more game with this team. And then I'll probably wrap it up at that point. Alright, you remember when I said I was getting kind of pissed off, or not really pissed off, but kind of disappointed we weren't going against any Regulation F teams? Well, I kind of am going to be eating my words here because we're going against a team with a bunch of mythicals on it, so that's fun. Darkrai, Manaphy, Shaman Sky, Arceus, Mew, and Volcanion. Oh, this is going to be so fun to play against. This is going to be the best shit ever to play against. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to lead Eternatus NOIVERN. Eternatus NOIVERN, what else do I want to bring? Golden Goal is actually pretty good here, just mainly for Arceus. Like, Specs is decent into his team. It hits the Mew, and like, Shaman Sky can't really do that much to me. And I think I actually bring Ogerpon here as my last mon. We have a solid match into their team, but it just comes down to what they really bring, especially if they spam Dark Void and a bunch of other shit like Tail Glow, Manaphy could be a problem, especially with like King's Rock. Or like Choice Scarf, Serene Grace, Air Slash, flinching Shaman Sky could be an issue too. I'm not really too worried about Volcanion, because like Ogerpon kind of walls it, so I don't think he brings it here anyways. If he does, that's fine, but like I don't think he brings the Mew or the Volcanion. I think he just brings the Darkrai, Manaphy, and the Shaman Arceus here. If I were him, that's what I would bring. He might also be scared of the Shaman because of the Chi-Yu as well, I guess. Chi-Yu kind of wrecks the Shaman. If he just flinches me to death, though, he can get around it, but if he doesn't get the flinch, then I can just one-shot him back. Careful what you wish for, y'all. I wish for going against regulation G teams, and that is what I'm going against. Kind of aged poorly. He just leads with this shit, so. What I'm going to do here, he might have Ice Beam on Manaphy, but I can live one Ice Beam. I'm going to go for Meteor Beam onto the Shaman, and I'm going to set up my Tailwind here in case he's Scarfed. I think that's my play. He's not Scarfed though, so I kind of waste my turn, but having the Tailwind up for the Golden Goal in the back still could be pretty good. I think if he's Ice Beams to NOIVERN here, I just drop. He might get ballsy to set up a Tail Glow, which he's actually Sash, okay? Sash Shaman. He has Tail. I'm glad I set Tailwind then. I forgot Shaman actually gets Tailwind. And there's the Tail Glow. That's broken. That's really busted. Get this thing out of here. So I'm glad I went for Tailwind then. I forgot he actually gets Tailwind. I never really play against Shaman Sky at all, so I always forget what it really does, apart from like air slash flinching everybody. I'm gonna go for Sludge Wave here, and I'm gonna double into the Manaphy. I could go for Draco here, which I think I'm going to. I'm gonna Draco. Actually does over half to Manaphy, so if I can get to land the Draco here, I don't know. NOIVERN's still pretty weak, so this might not even get a KO depending on his build. I just miss. The NOIVERN lets me down and I just miss. Straight out miss. +3 Dazzling Gleam, I'm dead. Why did you have to fail me? What a failure. Well, I mean, I have a Tailwind boosted Golden Goal now. It's pretty good here. Oh, he has Arceus. That's good, too. I don't think an E-Speed that's not boosted by, like, a Sword Stance or a Terra kills the Eternatus here. So I got a Sludge Wave again. And then, I could go for Make It Rain. Specs Make It Rain's decent. Comes down to whatever his last Mon really is. Like, I hit everything on his team apart from Volcanion for neutral at this point in the game, so I think I just go for Make It Rain here. Terra. If he's Terra normal, like, he might actually be able to pick up KO. He's gonna go full send Terra normal. Arceus. I need this to be like a 2-hit KO though. If he can eat like a Sludge Wave plus a Make It Rain, does this actually KO me? I know it's an Arceus, it actually does. With the critical hit, that probably mattered. That actually probably mattered because Eternatus is actually really bulky. He misses a Hydro Pump though, so that's huge. I missed the KO on the Manaphy though. It's kind of bad. I have Ogerpon, like, I don't know. It's going to be a speed tie here, because I don't know if this Ogerpon's fully invested in speed. If he's, like, max speed Manaphy, he can still maybe, outspeed me. I'm actually going to look at the stats. Yeah, I have a little bit of speed, but I'm not fully invested in speed. So if he's full max speed Manaphy, under Tailwind, he'll actually outspeed me here. I could just go for Follow Me here, though, and just, like, absorb a Hydro Pump. I don't know if that's really the best thing to do though, because I'm gonna have to eat I'm gonna have to eat something here. I'm gonna have to eat like either an E-Speed or I'm gonna be taking a Hydro Pump here, so I think what I do here is I just go for Horn Leech onto the Arceus, and I just go for Make It Rain again. It's gonna come down whatever his last mon. Oh, he just goes for Protect, okay. Well, that sucks, because now if he lands a high, he actually has to have Surf, okay. So he's running Dazzling Gleam, Hydro Pump, Surf, and Tail Glow. That just one-shots me. What I said going into this match too, like, it's going to be a really tough game to win because his team, if he sets up on me too, like with his setup stuff, it wouldn't be that bad if he didn't have Tailwind, but he also had his own Tailwind here. Like, I think I'm fucked now. Like, I don't know how I win this. I guess I can go for Spiky Shield, try to stall out his Tailwind, but I think that's what I'm going to try to do here. Even if he has like Arceus or Darkrai in the back, I think I still lose no matter what he has. I think the only thing I maybe can 1v1 is Mew, but it depends on its set. Let's Goes for Dazzling Gleam too. Dazzling Gleam at +3 probably just KOs me after an E-Speed. If I even live an E-Speed here. He knows the game's won. Oh yeah, there's no way I win. And he's max speed Manaphy too, so he just outspeeds me. You know, I was complaining just going against a bunch of Regulation F teams. I never should have complained, because then in the game was like, oh, you're bitching and complaining. Now I'm gonna throw this guy against you. The guy with an entire team of mythicals. All the shit that's banned from VGC, he stacked it onto his team. Good luck versus that, bud. That's what it said to me. And I just get absolutely destroyed. I'll never understand why people go on to the casual ladder too, just with like a bunch of shit that's just broken like that guy's team. I really don't understand why people do that. I don't know how it's really fun. You're going against a bunch of Regulation F and G teams with an entire team of stuff that's just banned from regular VGC anyways, for obvious reasons, so I don't know. Maybe it's fun for them Legend using noobs that are probably like 5-year-olds. I don't know. I don't find any fun in that either. But then again, I'm somebody that also doesn't like playing Smogon, so I don't know. Maybe my opinion doesn't matter. Let's talk a little bit about this team. Alright, as for this team, I actually do really like this team. I think it synergizes together really, really well. If you guys want a really fun Eternus NOIVERN team, I think it's actually a really solid team to use. My only change with this team is I would actually get rid of Draco Meteor on the NOIVERN, and I would turn it more into like a supportive NOIVERN. I would actually throw Dragon Cheer onto the NOIVERN. I think that's what I would do. That way it gives it a little bit more synergy with the Eternus. That way you can get the high possibility to maybe crit a Sludge Wave or like a Dynamax Cannon with the extra boost. Because the Draco Meteor, like, it's good, but like half the time it misses, and then you're forced to either switch out anyways because you're doing pretty much no damage at -2, and your stats really aren't the greatest anyways most of the time anyways, so I don't know. I would actually just make it more of a supportive NOIVERN. I think that'd be a little bit better, because you have a lot of offense on this team anyways with like the Golden Go and the Chi-Yu and a few other things, so it's not really too bad. There's a lot of other options, so I don't know. That's just the only thing I would change. Apart from that, the rest of the team's pretty solid. If you guys want to use this team, check it out. Rental code up in the corner. Paste should be down below, probably at the bottom of the description. Really solid team. It's been a while since I've been playing actually an Eternus team that's actually pretty good too. I played a few other Eternus teams that you guys probably didn't see. They were pretty bad and they didn't really synergize very well, and I tried making my own team around it and kind of flopped, so it's probably one of the better teams, or more unique Eternus teams that I've played that did pretty good. I don't know how much you can really take into consideration though, because a lot of my games, especially my testing matches, I think I went against like one Regulation G team, and the Regulation G team I went against was another Kyogre team, and that got walled kind of by like Wide Guard most of the game, so I got a huge advantage with Wide Guard and Ogerpon like walling a lot of their team, so I kind of had a really good matchup into that, and I ended up winning. That was kind of like the only Regulation G team I actually went against for this entire session with this team, so the rest of the teams are all Regulation F teams or a bunch of shit that's normally banned. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. If this team went against some more like actual teams on its level, like other Regulation G teams, you may have a little bit more of an accurate like reading kind of where it really is, if it's good or not bad. But at least from what I've played with it, it holds its own versus all the Regulation F teams I went against. So I don't know. And then the one Regulation G team I went against, which was like a Kyogre team, it did really well into. So whatever. Maybe you guys will find out how the team does if you guys play it yourselves. Have some better luck or worse luck, depending on how it goes. Apart from that, I'm Miguel. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in a future video.